Here in BC, economic development, conservation of precious water and land, and partnership with First Nations go together.
Premier David Eby says he has a plan to fast-track mining development in northwestern BC while respecting First Nations rights and conserving BC's sensitive ecosystems.
The Northwest is rich with critical minerals and metals that are the building blocks for much of the technology we rely on for our lives today.
At stake, Eby says, almost $50 billion in economic potential and tens of thousands of jobs. Key to that economic growth is Bill 15, the controversial proposed law which would give Cabinet the power to accelerate public projects like schools and hospitals and private resource projects like critical mineral mines. Some Indigenous leaders, environmental groups, and the Union of BC Municipalities say the NDP government is trying to give itself unchecked power to push through projects with limited consultation. Eby's announcement in Vancouver was preempted by some of those voices at a news conference in Victoria.
Trust has been broken between First Nations and the David Eby government.
All the promises they made during the campaign last fall have gone out the window. They say, damn the environment, full speed ahead.
Eby says the government's economic plans for mining are not linked to the proposed bill. But he acknowledges that a mining project could be deemed provincially significant and fast-tracked under that same bill. 3 First Nations leaders at Eby's event, Tahltan, Kaska, and Taku River Tlingit First Nation, are backing the province's plan to fast-track mining development.
We want to see our lives change for the better.
But none of the 3 were willing to address Bill 15 publicly. MLAs are set to vote on the final stage of the bill this week. First Nations leaders opposed to the bill say if it passes, they're prepared to launch legal action. Katie DeRosa, CBC News, Victoria.